Okay, so recording is started. I will be sharing my screen. Please let me know once it is visible to you guys. So in the beginning, I will be going with the simple terms which we use it in the packaging, and then along with that, the way we will go, we will be dealing with the complex terms. So this is the presentation basically which I follow to give the training, and at the end I will be sharing this presentation with you guys. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so before I start, first of all, I will be telling you guys what is application packaging and why it is required being in an IT, and what is the advantages and disadvantages. So, application packaging. So basically, we know that being in an IT, we deal with many applications which is installed and pre-configured in our system. Like we have many apps in our Android and in our iOS device. Same way, we have many such applications installed in our system. So it depends upon company to company that what type of applications they are using, because we know that there are n number of IT companies and they are dealing with different fields. So if I talk about the fields, like it can be a project of energy, it can be a project of books related thing, it can be a project related with the pharmacy. So for everything we have a different apps. For an example, uh, if I talk about the pharmacy apps which we have in our Android devices, so it is like 1mg, we have medibuddy. So there are many such applications. Same way, if an organization is dealing with the project which is pharmacy related, so the applications will be different for them. Few applications are common, but few applications are depending upon the fields, that what type of field it is working. If it is book related, then we will have a book related of applications. So such applications, we as a packager, we do the repackaging. What we are doing is a repackaging, but we called it as a application packaging. So the application packaging is mainly files which is created by the developer, not by us. What we are doing is the repackager. We are doing some customization. What type of customization, that I will be telling you how we are going to customize. We have to customize the application in a such a way that the application will be available to the customer in a silent mode. They don't have to do it next to install the application. We know that when we are going to install any application in our Windows system, we have to select few icons, we have to click on next and all that. There are many configurations which we have to do. So all that configuration we have to make it a silent way. So application repackaging, if I defined it, it is basically customizing the application as per the customer requirements. So there can be a number of requirements, the requirements which will be available in the PRF. So we have a package request form which Sumit was discussing in the first thing, that we have a PRF which is package request form. So that form will be given to the customer. He has to fill that form and he has to provide that form to the packaging team. That form will have many details about the application. The details like what is the manufacturer, what is the publisher, what is the version, what customization they want to do. All that requirement will be placed in the PRF along with the screenshot of the application. So we as a packager, we have to see that PRF, and accordingly we have to validate the source file. So application packaging is customizing the application as per the user requirements. We are going to bundle the application and the Windows OS into a single file. PRF and PIF. So in some company it is called as PRF, and in some company it is called as PIF. It's a package request form. This is the package information file. Both are same, just that the name gets differ from organization to organization. Now the types of source file. So basically you all people have worked in an IT, either it is an sccm or application packaging or service desk. So we know that what type of source file we get at least for the Windows. The first source file is the .exe. .exe, known as executable files or legacy installer. You can call it as anyway, either the executable files or the legacy installer. Then we have .msi, which is a technology of Microsoft known as Microsoft Windows installer. And then the third one is the loose files, which we get rarely, not much. Mostly whenever we get any request, we get it either a exe or we get a .msi file. So these are the basic three types of source file which we get when we are going to package any application for Windows. For Mac it is different. For Windows it is particular this three type of source file. Just give me 1 minute. Actually, I have a bad throat. Okay. So these are the basic few types of source file. Now, what customization we are going to do? I am going to give you the basic knowledge, the simple things which we do it. So we have a control panel, and we know that in the control panel we have the visibility of all our applications. To open the control panel in a simple way, we type appvis.cpl. So if you type appvis.cpl directly, it will open this particular control program and program features. Either you
A
can,
small question
yes,
to this. If we talk about the loose files, do we have any extension to it?
no, we don't have an extension to it. We have to wrap it up and we have to create a .msi file. When we will be going forward, I will be showing you the example of loose files as well.
Okay, thank you.
So this in this you can see these are the few applications which is already configured in my machine. This means that it is already installed in my machine. What are the few basic customization I am saying as per the organization standard? So for an example, this is the 7-zip. If you see, we have a visibility of uninstall. If I show you Orca, this has the visibility of uninstall, change, repair, everything. So every application has a different options which is visible. There are only three options: uninstall, change, and repair. only three will be there. In place of change, the name can be modified as well, but it will be only three options. So as per the organization standard, for few organization we have to disable all these three buttons. How we are going to disable that, we will be covering in the next part. But these are the few customizations which we have to do it. So this uninstall, change, repair, we have to hide it. We don't have to make it visible to the user, because if it is visible to the user can do the installation and uninstallation if they have an admin rights. So for few application we don't require an admin rights, but for most of the applications which are installing in a system context, then they can do it. So that is the reason this is the standard that we have to hide it. For few organization there is a standard that they hide the uninstall and change, but they keep the repair option visible, so that if a person who is working in a service desk or who is working in a L1 support, if any application gets corrupted, repair is the option that if they have an admin rights, they can repair the application as a L1 support. We as a application packager, we are working as mostly L2 or L3. Mostly it is L3 only, not L2, but few organization has set up the way that it is they are working in a L2 or L3. So as per the organization standard, you have to hide these options. So it is uninstall. You can also see sometimes for few application, in place of uninstall you will be seeing remove. Then we have change. In place of change it can be modify also, and then repair will be always a repair. So these three will be there which we have to do, which is the few basic customization which we have to follow for all the application. Either it is a exe, or it is an msi, or it is a loose file. Whenever we are going to do it, we have to hide this thing. Then as per the standard, we don't keep the desktop shortcut. We only keep the shortcut in the start menu. So why the another reason why we are not keeping the desktop shortcut, because obviously if you a person is using 100 applications, and if you are going to give the 100 application shortcut, obviously it will be filled, the desktop will be filled and it will be very mess up. So as per the standard, for all the organization, we hide the desktop shortcut. If there is a proper justification for any customer that we have to keep that desktop shortcut, then they have to take a special approval as per the organization standard, and then we can keep the desktop shortcut. Any questions till till this topic?
No.
Okay. Okay, then we have few tools through which we do the packaging. I will be discussing that. So basically we have a tool which is the publisher is the Flexera, and the tool name is Admin Studio. So for the Flexera, we have install shield and repackager. So this is the publisher. Admin Studio is the tool name. So if you people would have heard about the install shield and repackager, that is the part of Admin Studio. That is not the separate tool, but it is the part of our Admin Studio tool that we do the packaging for install shield and repackager. For repackager and install shield, like if you are going to get the source file as .msi, you are going to create a .mst, which is the Microsoft Windows transform. So if you are going to get a request wherein the user has provided you .msi file, then you have to convert it to the .mst. You cannot do the changes in msi. We have the rights to do the changes in msi, but It is a vendor MSI. We cannot do any changes in MSI, and that is the reason we create a mirror image. So with the help of install shield, which is a part of admin studio tool, we are going to create a .mst, which is a Microsoft Windows transform. If we have an exe application, and there are different modes of exe, which I will be explaining you in the next way. So if that exe does not have an MSI or a silent key, then we are going to convert it to the .msi. So let me show you this slide so that you people can understand this topic. Okay, so I already explained you guys that we have mainly three types of source file. First is the loose file, then we have the exe file, and then we have the MSI. So for the exe, we have to check many parameters, but for the loose file and MSI, we don't have to check many parameters. If we are going to get a vendor MSI, which is .msi Microsoft Windows installer, you are going to directly create a transform file, which is .msi.